coming at you with a beer review on a beautiful spring day here in Oregon. It's a Friday. It's definitely time for a beer. So I've been drinking a lot of my home brews. You haven't seen as much videos up from me of late. I've been busy with a lot of things in business and whatnot. But I saw this and decided I gotta review it. Here it is. It's from Sierra Nevada Brewing out of Chico, California. Yes, we know they've got one back east too. And this is the Hazy Little Thing. Hazy Little Thing IPA. I kind of thought the name was interesting, and I was over at Trader Joe's actually and picked this up. And the guy said, "Oh, I love that beer." Now, I don't know if he's an expert on beers, but you know, I'm willing to give it a shot. This is unfiltered New England IPA, and it's now a year-round offering from Sierra Nevada, so that's pretty cool. This particular one, I checked the bottom, it was canned on February 19th, and today is now April 6th. So this has 6.5 weeks on it. I don't usually find that's too much of a problem with New England IPAs. It's a big 6.7% ABV and 40 IBUs. As far as hops go, it has Magnum in there, which I just planted some Magnum hops because it's one of my favorite bittering hops. I love using Magnum in my own home brews for bittering. In terms of the other hops in it, the finishing hops as they put it, so probably at the end of the boil and dry hopping, they use Citra, Commet, Simcoe, Dorado, and Mosaic. So that's a few nice hops right there. The malts in this are 2-row pale, Munich, Oats, and wheat, which is what you kind of expect usually in a New England IPA. So let's go ahead and get this one cracked open. All right, here we go with the pour. Some nice bubbles rising up. You can see that action going on. We got almost really kind of a two-finger head, although I might have poured a little aggressively. So let's go ahead and get the nose on this. And a little bit on our nose. All right, so it's kind of a light scent, to be honest. It's not like a big blast in your face. You can tell it's been tampered down with the oats and the wheat. I would say that I'm pulling off right away kind of a citrus character, maybe a hint of some tropicalness to it. And then I'm also getting like a light bit of pine on there as well. It's hard to get real specific on that. The tropical, it's just there's kind of an edge to it, like there might be a little pineapple, and just maybe just a hint. I'm getting a little more orange than grapefruit, but I'm getting a little bit of both on there. But again, it's not a real strong scent, but there's something about it, just a light sweetness, and you can kind of tell that there's like wheat and oats in it. So we're gonna jump on in. Cheers. Well, it's an easy drinker. You definitely get the wheat in the taste. You can tell the oats are there by the body, but you can definitely taste the wheat on it. It's someplace between a light and medium body. But as far as the taste goes, I'll be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. It's a super easy drinking beer. I will say that much for it. But it's just not jumping out there and just doing a whole lot. I guess I get pretty spoiled up here in the Northwest with some of the stuff we have produced here. So you're getting some hints of the Citra character. It's not like a super cat pissy type character that they describe, but you get a little hint of the Citra character on it. You get a light amount of pine character. This is not a big resinous dank beer by any means, but there's a light bit of pine character. You're getting some citrus on there. I would say it leans more on the orange side of the citrus character, but I do get a bit of that grapefruit on there as well. But there's hints of some tropical, a little bit of a pineapple character, but really with particularly the Simcoe, the Dorado, and the Mosaic, I really expected a lot more character. You know, maybe some berry coming off, maybe a little bit of a melon type character, but definitely more tropical and stronger citrus characteristics. And I'm not getting that. So I've got to think that they use a moderate amount. They're trying to make this for the masses. and they're trying to keep the price down on it. This is not your high-end craft beer here. This is a mass distributed beer to be easy drinking. It's interesting that it's coming out now as a year-round. This to me is really more of a summer beer. It's kind of that light, easy drinking type of beer. I'm going to take a little bit of time with this, and I'll come back with some numbers. I'm back, and it's a decent beer. It's very drinkable. We'll put it that way. It's got quite a bit of carbonation on it, to be honest. It seems possibly slightly high on the carbonation levels than what I prefer for a New England IPA. But yeah, it's easy drinking. Has a light citrus and tropical characteristics. We'll kind of leave it at that. Wow. So in terms of ratings then, it's a decent beer. I don't think it's as good as my first New England IPA that I made myself. I wouldn't rank it quite that high. But it's fun. Well carbonated, as I said before. Yeah, a little overcarbed for New England IPA. And so how do we score this? Well, for an IPA, yeah, I can't rank it super high. This is such a B beer for me. And then when you're adding in the wheat and you're adding in the hops, generally when you're doing a New England IPA, you put a lot of hops in there. You want it to be kind of a juicy characteristic going on in a New England IPA style. And while there are hints of those flavors and stuff, I wouldn't call it a juicy beer by any means. Yeah, I'm going to give them a B- on this. In terms of IPAs, I'm going to give it an 83. Yeah, I don't know what those rating boards are saying, but if they're in the upper 80s or 90s, they're wrong. Overall, yeah, I'm not going to go far afield on my overall. There are just so many other beers that I think are a higher quality than this. It's a decent beer. It's nice enough, but overall I'm going to go down another notch. I'm going to go to an 82. I'm a snob. I don't have any problem being called a beer snob. Here it is again. It is the Hazy Little Thing IPA. It's from Sierra Nevada Brewing out of Chico, California. It's, for a year-round offering from what is now more of a big brewer with multiple locations. It's a decent beer. But it's not going to be high on my hit list for New England IPAs by any means. There's so many better ones out there. This is Kevin the Clemens Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer. We'll see you on the next beer review.